So let's start today's topic, which is about the MiG-21 flights. Yes, the flight, which is also known as the flying coffins, which is originated in Russia. Yes, that country, which is solving our problem since we snatched the independence from the Britishers. So let's do it now. So, if we talk about the drastic event that happened in the MiG-21, is that around 180 IAF pilots have been killed in MiG-21, and over 40 civilians has also been martyred. So, it is no wonder that why we call him as a flying coffin. But the question arises, or the question bugs in my mind, that why we are using it? Why are India are not using the sophisticated flights like F-16 of US and many others flight which is very competent in today's world. In early 80s, the IAF has realized the need of replacing the MiG-21 with the new and sophisticated flights, but they are unable to do so because the lack of funds was there, and even the government has also introduced a Tejas program which will enhance the power of our Indian Air Force, but we could not succeed in this because the effort was very sluggish, and due to the red tape involved and the bureaucracy and of course our infamous bureaucracy involved in the Indian politics, we are not able to achieve the Tejas program, and hence we have to use the MiG-21 because we don't have any other options left with it. Scrapping the whole fleet of MiG-21 will cause a havoc and chaos in Indian Air Force, as Indian Air Force have not any other options available with them. The reason why we use the MiG-21 is that it is cost efficient, as because it is made in Russia. The Russia use their own technicians to build that MiG-21, and the technicians involved use their own bare hands to build that. And also the price of the MiG-21 is not so much that it will not create a havoc situation in the Indian economy about the budget in defense. And secondly, the pilots are well aware of malfunctioning of the MiG-21. So we have to use them with upgrades like total technique, life, and upgrading the turbine fans of engine, radars, navigation system, and others malfunctioning which will boost up the life of MiG-21. In recent event, to be specific, on 27 November 2020, another preposterous and horrific event has happened. As Dishant Singh, the flight trainer, was taking a flight from INS Vikrant in MiG, and that got crashed near the Arabian Sea, and to be specific, at Goa, around the beaches of Goa. And after a few days, from around 2 to 3 weeks around, his dead bodies or his crops was found beneath another sea. So this was a very sad and sorrow thing to hear, but we are still using the MiG-21. But because as I have mentioned earlier, the Indian Air Force is not so competent to build their own flights, and Indian government is not ready to purchase a huge amount of newly and advanced flight from other countries like France and US. So we have to use them. We cannot blame our government to just scrap all the fleet of MiG-21 because we are on the verge of war with Pakistan, and on our eastern side, the most infamous enemy of ours, that is China. So we have to prepare for them. That's why we have to use MiG-21. But I'm quite sure that in the recent year, this might change. We are now able to build a new program like Tejas, which will enhance our capacity to build a new aircraft which are Indian made, and which is made in India. So finger crossed.